Alright everyone, Supreme Kami over here, so let's go over what we're gonna have for tomorrow. So keep that in mind, tomorrow we will be having the version 3.3 update, so we won't be able to log in at our usual time. So give or take, maybe it's gonna be, how many hours did they say? It's gonna be until 1 AM, so probably not really gonna drop anything tomorrow, I'm assuming. So yeah, so keep that in mind. So it's gonna be like for that 8 hours long right there. Is that 6 hours right there? So if anyone is wondering why I cannot log in per se, there you go, your version 3.3 update over here. So in terms of what we are going to be getting, we are going to be entering our 10th week, man. We're entering that double digit, right? So we're getting some limited time suit over here, some Gundam Battle Festival suits. So we have ourselves a Tologese F over here. So this is from a side manga, I believe it's called. It's from the Glory of the Loser thing. I think that's what it's actually called. There's actually a few variation of the suit that is released in the Glory of the Loser. So we have something of the Death Side version. We have a little bit of variation of the heavy arms, as well as Sandrock. As for the other two, Wings Zero, as well as, let's say, the Ultron, I don't think I can find anything of them. But in terms of this right here, the Tologese, we have a seemingly Wing Zero backpack slap on there, so I think that's pretty much it in terms of the overall design. Can't really spot anything yet. So they did talk about a featured part. I mean, in terms of the featured part that they're talking about is presumably some sort of like a custom EXQ or one of like the signature move that we can be getting. So it's gonna be a Tempest Charge here. So it's gonna be an ARM EXQ. So just like the regular Tologese 3. Okay. In terms of the second suit, we are getting a Tech GPU Quibbly over here. So like they've been heavily dropping some of the, like, you know, Zeta series as well as double Zeta series over here, because we got in just this week actually. We got the big scale Zeta Gundam, and then we got the big scale double Zeta already. So okay, so it's the next then, because that is, they will literally complete those two storyline right there. So I wonder if the Quibbly is going to be a big scale or not. That is definitely something we'll have to see. But in terms of the feature EX skill that we have is actually Pressure. Okay. In terms of this specific EX skill, I don't know if it's actually going to be like an actual damaging EX skill, or if this is going to be more or less like a stunning EX skill that is going to lock your Gunpla for like a set duration of time, or just gonna stun you in a way. So that should be quite interesting. So this is coming out from the head part right there. So let me actually take a quick look as to see what we are having in terms of the part individually. For the Tologese F, we have 7 parts. So we have the 5 parts with a Gunpla, obviously, and then we have a Heat Lance and then a Doppelgun. That's how we pronounce it, I think. And then in terms of the Quibbly, it's only going to be 5 parts. So if we're talking about which one is more valued, I'm going to talk about Quibbly. It's probably on paper is going to be a lot more better, because Quibbly we do have an alternative version already. So you guys can definitely take advantage of that link system, and then you can get up to a 6% more per parts, right? Head part from what you call it, from head part to your backpack, you should be getting, all in total, you should be getting up to a 30% power boosting in total, as well as a 10% damage reduction. So if we're talking about what is the better one, right out the gate, Quibbly is probably going to be the best. But if we're talking about over portrait, EXQ, word tag wise, stat wise, something that is we don't know yet, but just on paper, I feel like Quibbly will be the better candidate. In terms of Tologese, I don't know too much about that. In terms of what we're looking at, it seems like it can be like a heavily melee unit, but it can be a mix as well. So in terms of the multiplier, we are having multiplier for this week is definitely going to be some IBO stuff over here, because in terms of the warfare unit, we are finally getting the most popular character from the Iron Blooded Orphan series over here. Not the main protagonist, but one of the worst. I think most people will quote this right here. Probably one of the most disliked character. So we're getting a look. We're finally getting his unit right here. So how many parts are we getting for his unit over here? Because I'm just worried about the Bigman set being so many parts, you know. Let me see how many parts does Look unit have over here. Oh, it looks like we're getting 8 parts. So I don't know. We're getting the 5 parts for the actual units itself, and then a rifle, long rifle, as well as a gauntlet. So what where would we see a gauntlet on here? I don't know, but yeah, we're finally getting in, and then a lot of people would definitely probably recreate a lot of scenes from that unit, just like the very last episode where you have the Gyujin rebate doing that scissors cut. Probably a lot of people would do that. So yeah. Other than that, that should be pretty much it. So these are going to be your pilots up here. So we got these fellows up here. So that one's good. The top one, the 4-star one, is going to be from your Gundam Double series over here. You have your Sergei Smirnov second season. In terms of the 3-star pilots over here, I don't know where he's from. You guys can definitely let me know down in the comment section below. He looks like he can be a Xian type pilot from the uniform right there, I guess, you know. But yeah, that is going to be pretty much it. So we don't have arena for this week. So in terms of your Haro's let's say revenue this week is going to be significantly drop, I would have to say. So kind of sad. That's for sure. We should be getting the limited time multi-mission boss starting tomorrow, I think, because the crew multi-mission is ending tomorrow. So but yeah, other than that, let me show you guys what I had made. So I do actually have the full set of the original Quibbly. So in terms of the old Quibbly, you guys can definitely take a look at what kind of EX skill that is provided in this one already. So originally we have a a recovery tool, so it's going to be like an HP generator for you, and then we have a beam gun as well as some funnel. So obviously not any of your custom EX skill. This one is just basically like a just like a magazine type. This one is just going to be a straight up funnel, so I don't know how effective this one was. We may or may not get the same thing for the new Quibbly, the tech attribute, but some word tag that you can expect you can use in the new Quibbly is going to be commander, high firepower as well as high mobility. So in terms of Quibbly, it's looking out very strong already, just because of the fact that you can already use commander as well as high firepower. So it really depends on how they want to build the Quibbly. It may or may not be like a melee unit. If that is going to be a melee unit, having commander is not really going to be that beneficial. But I do have a high hopes that it should be a shooting unit, just because Quibbly itself is a heavily shooting based unit. But as we know, we are getting like a pressure EX Cooper head part. So you guys can definitely know that the head part is not going to be something you want to probably investing into too much. So even though it might have a lot of good shot attack per se, it may or may not just be a good sub-slot battery, for example, if that turns out to be a big scale. In terms of the Tolkien app over here, so I basically just kind of recreate something over here. Obviously this is going to be like an at-home version over here. So basically I took the Tolkien's Endless Wolf version and then slap on the Tolkien's 2 head, and then I slap on the Wing Zero Endless Wolf version backpack, and boom. So we should be getting something along the line in terms of the model scaling tomorrow. Obviously we are going to be getting some melee weapon as well as some ranged weapon, so those are definitely something we can expect to see that I don't really have here. So yeah, that is going to be pretty much it. So let me do transition over. Just going to give you guys some of my thoughts in regards to them dropping the Telegis over here. So what I have over here, so I am actually on the Gundam Wiki over here, so shout out to them for this page up here. So in terms of something we can potentially get later down the road, I think this is definitely something a lot of people want. So we have ourselves the Wing Gundam Snow White Prelude over here. So I don't know, this is not from the same storyline as these guys over here. For say, so this one is from like a novel, New Mobile Report Gundam Wing Frozen Teardrop. So I don't even know what that is, but in terms of overall design, it's actually from Hajime Kaduki. So he's actually the one that is behind the version COD kits over here. This one does not really have like an actual release, as they only have it as the metal build version of it. Let me see, okay. What is a GFFMC? I don't know what that is. Probably the metal kit version of it. So that is the only thing we have. And then obviously you have your non-banner kit. So I don't know how that one is gonna go, maybe. But yeah, this is definitely something we can get maybe eventually. I think we will actually because they dropped something as like ridiculous as the Exit Repair for that is not even like an actual model kit. That is a metal build kit. So we can definitely see this coming like sometime soon, right? This is definitely going to be something a lot of people would be hyped for. Something we can't expect maybe later down the road is going to be like a Setrock of this version over here. Because in terms of the Samurai Endless Flow version that we have in game, it's a 4-star standard unit, so they will not drop any chance of making this like a Sokai tier unit or even like a Gundam Battle Festival unit. So this is definitely something we can look forward into the future as well. So that is that. We also do have another Endless Flow version of the heavy arms over here, so this can be something we could be looking into, so we can be getting a little bit of improvement to the shoulder pad with having more missile, obviously. And then we also have like a tanker, what is it, trap pack over here in the back as well. So I mean, like, it can happen, you know. This is probably something we could get, you know, later down the road, obviously. And then last but not least, we have this Wing Zero over here. So this one is basically the endless, just the death side health already, or no, just the regular death side, plus or minus with the Wing Endless Wolf version backpack. That again, they can definitely release another one, because all the wing kit that we've been having except for the Wing Zero is all 4-star center parts, so they will not drop any chance of making them a more sellable or more, like, you know, more revenue generating unit in a way. So that is pretty much what I have for you guys over here. Do let me know which of these one over here you would expect them to come sooner or later. I don't know, like, to be honest with you guys, because there's still so many in terms of the variation kits they can be releasing, and that's pretty much what they have been kind of feeding off into, as well as, you know, just making some other alternative version. And then obviously there's still a lot of hype unit in terms of like the protagonist suit they may have not released yet, so those are definitely something we can see along the line during this during 2022. So with that being said, you know, that is going to be pretty much it. So do let me know, how do you guys feel about these two new Gundam Battle Festival unit coming out tomorrow? The Target's F over here, as well as the Quibbly the Tech GB version. So with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it, and I'll catch you guys all on the next one.